The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? To return it, Darius Phillips. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
Flush to his right. Open man is Uzama. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. It's taken to the 26. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Browns will take over first and 10.
Granddaughter.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now first and 10 at their own 44. And bulldozing his way through. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. Chubb will have the first down and much more. And he's going to get it down to the 14-yard line. 42 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ball game.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns have taken the early lead. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
No, I gave that bitch for fun.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Phillips. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Now they come into play here 2-6 on the year, and I guess if you're them, you have to have the mindset of, hey, if we go 7-1, 8-0 down the stretch, we can still get into the playoffs. But CD, to be frank, I don't know that they've shown that they're capable of that this season.
Well, I certainly hope they have that mindset and that they're trying to play to that. But in my mind, from what I've seen, they've got no shot at doing that. This is going to be a tough second half. They've had so many injuries. They've had tough losses along the way. I think you've got guys playing for jobs for next year, and they're playing for positioning in the upcoming draft.
Second and 7. That's out quickly to Chase. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to have the first
down.
Just shy of the 20. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now Joe Mixon. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice, steady gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they go play action now. Burrow. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. And he was looking for James Robinson out of the backfield. And it'll bring up third down.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
Real.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Got a man. It's Chase. He completes it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Now it's Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because
hell yeah, they let him go at the beginning of the season.
If they're not going to stop, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also,
and he just got hurt on them.
Start to pressure receivers. Now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he's got this down to the 35. A Bengal first down on a 16-yard pickup there. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get them home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Yeah,
after 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
Well, pop. Didi.
Second and short now following the fumble.
Hey, Didi. Get Papa kill. Get Papa kill. Get Papa kill.
A toss left, Mixon. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Back to Mixon on first down. The linebacker, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, on the tackle.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Boy, got the Falcons in here.
6 yards left on second down.
Yes, you do.
And now they will throw it with Burrow. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. And he takes a shot on the release, as this will be incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down. McCann's kick up and good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Nah, I ain't never get it. We ain't never, did nobody have one. Walmart, GameStop. Just replay none of them motherfuckers.
Yeah, that'll be a little too hot to handle, as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Who is that?
The Browns drive about to get started. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He sets to fire deep. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. And all the way down to the 24-yard line.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now left side on the swing pass. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Play fake. Mayfield swings this out for Hunt. He gets away from one. And able to get him down, but he does.
Well, you can't get no good hit stick in this fan.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Browns add on to their lead. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
It certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Here comes Darius Phillips out of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here.
Absolutely, because these players know what's coming up. And the difference between
who he using? The D-line?
Versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge. Because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
I'm trying not to look too obvious.
This time Burrow will look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. Here's Jack Fox now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A nice run back there off the good punt. It's a 16-yard return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. He's going to look deep down the field. And this one is incomplete. Anthony Schwartz, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. So this rivalry, Charles, here in the Buckeye State, Cincinnati and Cleveland, you know, you felt like for a while it took a dip as these 2 franchises struggled. But now I think this rivalry is budding again as one of the best under-the-radar rivalries in the NFL.
I agree with you absolutely, because both of these teams have the arrow pointing up. They've kind of solved their quarterback issues. They're building up their rosters. But one of the most defining moments of this rivalry to me wasn't even in a Browns-Bengals game. It was a Seahawks-Bengals game when head coach Sam White addressed the crowd and emphasized that Cincinnati was the place to be.
Well, Charles, I think his exact words were, you don't live in Cleveland, you live in Cincinnati. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And Mayfield just getting the play off. Trying to lay one up deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun to give to Mixon. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Flacco looking for his first toss. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Malik Jackson, the 6'5" D tackle with a sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And it's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. But really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the first down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
They'll let you get in there.
Still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Mayfield now. He's going to try and go deep again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Got a man. It's Schwartz, complete. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. He's fresh off that 3-touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him, but right now he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points. But he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Second down and 8. They run it again with Chubb. And even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Play fake. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into a
gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. An even 100 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now Chubb. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 14.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Well, they sit him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
And this one is right through. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Burrow on play action. Out out to his left. That is caught. It's Williams. And all the way down to the 9. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Here's Burrow. Flushed out right. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. All that for a 2-yard gain, second down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes third and goal. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. Just a great individual effort there to take that pop pass and scamper off into the end zone.
And that's why offenses love that play partner, because that gives them a chance to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers with a full head of steam behind them. It's often like a track relay. Legs 2, 3, and 4. That first guy's steaming ahead, and he just hands it to you, and you get a chance to take off and go before you even get the baton.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
But what happened? Oh, Big A. What he had now?
Browns drive about to get started. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now, look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's a gain of 4 there and gives him a new set of downs. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati.
Y'all playing?
It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. Chubb will get the call running left. Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Now, that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Following the penalty, Chubb. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 143 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal? That'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 26 yards. And the Browns sure look like they're going to be moving to 8-1 as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Phillips. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really looked clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Burrow sliding out of the pocket. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline.
Oh, I fucked that up.
It'll be incomplete. Trying to dial up the
what happened
out there, but it'll be third
and why
down.
Big A just lead the
We've
party?
seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Again, it's Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Third down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
Oh!
That's it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility
Talking about
of the
getting
deep
the P.
ball,
Oh,
and they were
boy.
more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw it.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a return across midfield into the 46-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well, so now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
On 1st down, Mixon. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Burrow going to get this out to Chase.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
I've been trying not to run this, so he won't expect it when you play full.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Now Burrow.
Steps away to his left. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Ronnie Harrison, and a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line.
180 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And got his man complete. He's at the 30, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz, an even 90 yards. And the Browns add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Phillips. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
This out quickly.
What'd he do?
And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And that'll set him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Burrow looking to pass.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Browns take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Phillips.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground.
And that not what they wanted. They lose yards on 1st down.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They go play action with Burrow. He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Burrow going to fake to Mixon and now look to throw.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Now look at this, 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. One last gasp for Flacco. He's going to let it fly. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
One final shot they'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unfortunate.